try to make it all under.
G'day folks, how we going? Sean from the Down Under Cruises. I'm busy chewing on a bit of a carrot, so excuse me if I've got a bit of carrot in my mouth. I'm always the one that eats humble pie, but you know what? I'm enjoying this carrot. Today I'm alone. Ilana is at the office doing some tidy up so that we can get our move happening. So we're in the middle of our move from our present business area to another business premises. So there we go. Ilana's busy doing a bit of tidy up there. So thank you to her. She's doing an amazing job, let me tell you. So today I thought I would look in the chat and what are we featuring today? 332 days to the next cruise, our group cruise. But who's counting? You know, I've been counting all day, really. So anyway, let's hope that those 332 days come really quickly. And because they come really quickly, we will be able to partake of the enjoyment that a group cruise has in it. So what we're looking at today is the Carnival Horizon in my background. Thought I'd bring that up. I haven't brought it up in any of my live streams recently, so there we go. And of course, it's a good opportunity to celebrate good things happening. So good luck to us in the move. Good luck to anybody else who's doing anything new and different. Oh yeah, there's somebody out in the streams there who's not in the chat at the moment, but when he actually gets to look at this in review, he would be most pleased. I really want to wish Nick Peterson a happy 30th birthday, even though it's now out of the time frame. I hope he celebrated it with a spaghetti ice. Did I say spaghetti ice? I did. But anyway, glass of bubbly or glass of red. Happy birthday, mate. There we go. So that was my first sip of wine in ages. So the wording that's going around right now is, I think yesterday there was a meeting with the federal transport minister and a number of members of the cruising community, and they got together, and the discussion they had was, are we open to cruising? And so the talk is that the federal government wants us to be open to cruising by Christmas. Yay! Highly unlikely. And the reason why it's highly unlikely is all the cruise ships have gone, okay, we've cancelled, so let's get on with doing the important stuff, that is bringing the ships ready. And for them to start doing cruising right now would take a bucket load of energy and effort. They would have to get all the ships up and ready, and that would take the best part of 3 months. Anyway, in the chat we've got Rob on the road. G'day, Gov, how you going? Nice to have you on board. Followed very closely by Sir Kenneth Oakes. I use the word Sir Kenneth. He's been up since about 10 p.m. Eastern Tuesday night. Are you serious, Kenny? Tuesday night, it's like, 10 p.m. Okay, so that's all right. It's now, it's not long. Sorry, my mistake. Just doing the calculations. Rob is saying better chance of him being the Pope than cruising happening by Christmas. Agreed. All the cruising cruise lines are saying, you know what, forget it. It's not going to happen. Easter is more likely when we're going to be able to get cruising. But I suppose the Australian government want to say, yes, it's a go-ahead. We've given you the go-ahead so that they don't look bad. At the end of the day, I don't think we'll see any cruising before Easter. March is when most of the cruise lines are looking at. I think the key ones that are looking at it are P&O Australia, and I think Carnival, and maybe Princess as well. but those are the ones that are looking at it short term. Um, in terms of all the others, well, you never know. We might see some good stuff happening there. Well, if it isn't the lady Najuma, nice to see you. I saw you in a number of chats during the day for me, and it's always awesome to have you on board in a chat. You know, we need people like you, more people like you in our chat. So thank you for coming on board. It's been really awesome. So, yes, cruising out of Australia. It's going to be absolutely unbelievable. My mic took a dive. I'll have to find another mic holder. Anyway, okay, so I'll just have to do this. Better hold it than not. So yes, the good news is that we're going to get a lot more people who want to enjoy the art of cruising. Okay, Bob, what do you say, Gov? Look at us. Aren't we great, government, doing all this for the cruising? Translation, shut up. We made an offer and you failed the public, not us in office. Yep, absolutely. Well, if it isn't Sir Dave, g'day. Just had a roast chicken for dinner. People reckon they are chemically grown. Rubbish. Who doesn't love a chook with 3 heads and 19 legs? Yeah, I'd go for that one, Dave. I'd go. That depends. Did you microwave it? If it was microwaved, I can fully understand. If it wasn't microwaved, then I can fully understand. Huh? I'm confused. Anyway, looking forward to seeing you this weekend, my friend. So it's going to be awesome. Rob, you can come down as well if you can make it. Yeah. Okay. Change the subject. So, Dave, what do you reckon? Cruising by March? By Easter? Because we're definitely not going to be able to do it by Christmas. That's my opinion. I don't know. You seem to be the guy with the things on the with your ear to the ground with the no. Dave, yes, mate. Really looking forward to catching up. Yeah, awesome. And you also agree by Easter. Absolutely. I think Easter's the go because the cruise lines will have to get themselves set up and so forth. So, yes. Well, we're going to have some fun. Rob is agreeing that Easter is doable. Tight but doable. Yeah, well, look, P&O Australia has got most of their ships around Singapore or South, sort of like the South Asian countries around that area there. So for them to bring their cruise ships down here is not that difficult. All they need to do is pick up the crew from the Philippines and the areas fairly close to there. The other thing that they've got to do is they also have to get the training organised, and that will bring the people down. So I don't think it's that difficult in the short term. Dave is saying they will get set up, come down for a boutique season, and then new season flat out. And I agree with that. That definitely is what it appears to be is the go ahead. So yes, flat out for the new season. So here's to the new season. Ah, that's nice. So there'll be a lot of cruise ships coming down. I think Dave, you've got one coming down from Hawaii to Sydney. I believe you're on one. Do you want to enlighten us with yours? Let me see. Rob has said, just have to hope other countries don't make more better offers. Companies are scrambling for income. Well, that's not hard to understand because the cruising community and travels over here has been totally decimated. Dave is saying we've had some contact from RCL this weekend. It's happening. Yeah, we know it's happening, and we've had the word from some of our, some of our other people on board. For example, some of the musicians that are on board have come to us and said it's likely to happen fairly quickly. So, yeah, it's not going to take a long time, I don't think. Don't think at all. Um, yeah, Dave is out on the Ovation and Serenade coming down, and a third RCI ship now announced for Brisbane season, and great prices. What's the ship? Kenny is saying liked and shared out the live stream on Facebook and YouTube community tab. Thank you very much, Kenny. Really appreciate that. Well, if it isn't the young lady Amy from Amethyst Haze, g'day, g'day, and a couple are saying g'day. Um, yes. It'd be nice to know what other ships are headed down. excuse me, to Brisbane. Um, So we've got Ovation and Serenade. Where would they go? Ovation would probably go to Sydney and then Serenade down to Melbourne or Brisbane, or who knows? We can't wait for Melbourne to actually be open as a cruise port. Um, it would be really, really great. Not just a stopping point for other ships and so forth, but actually a cruise port. Um, so I think once everything gets finalized, I think we should have some decent travel coming out of here. Um, Rob is saying that he can send over his dinghy. HMAS floaty boat can easily take two people. Yeah, but the problem with your dinghy, Rob, is it does take on a bit of water, I believe. Not enough for the actual. Not enough for the actual casino run, but hey, it does take on a bit of water. So I suppose we could take a bet and see what goes on. Oh, the Quantum of the Seas is going into Brisbane. Wow, that's going to be awesome. Um, that's going to be really awesome. Um, Rob says it only takes on water in the form of ice cubes. Oh, thank God for that. Oh, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The issue we've got with it taking on ice is that you're in the UK, so it will stay as ice. But if you came down here, it would end up as water. So, yeah, it would take on water. Dave is saying he's got a floaty boaty. It's called an esky. Yup. Does your esky have a motor on it? So, like, can it cool itself down, or is it just an esky box? It would be great if it did have a motor on it, because then you could actually propel yourself to Hawaii and not have to spend the billions of dollars that you got to do to get on an aircraft. Oh, well. G'day, birthday boy. How are you? Traveling with Nick P. Hello, crazy Aussie. Well, I've got to ask you a question, Nick. Did you celebrate it with spaghetti ice? Shh. Hope you did. Everybody's saying g'day to Nick. Yes, commiserations, Nick. You've actually hit the 30. You're no longer a 20-year-older. Dave is actually giving you a big hit there. G'day, Nick, the train aficionado. Nick is saying if the motor was running, you'd better go get it. Uh-huh. We want to get on that, on anything that's got a motor that could take us out of here. Oh, shh. No spaghetti ice till Saturday. What a letdown, mate. You got to tell that Darian how to look after you. Hey, just don't tell him it's fresh. There we go. Anyway, so Nick, everybody here, everybody here in the chat at the moment is going on a cruise. So aside from your train trip, any chance of a cruise in October? Dave is saying that in his police days, he used to stick beer in the boot with ice. Was all right. We did was all right. Did we got into a pursuit? It was all right until you got into a pursuit. Okay, I get it. Yeah, you would have had it sloshed all over the place. Oh boy. Um, Rob is saying, Nick, just say yes. It saves the days of phone calls. Yep, absolutely. He's quite right. Nick, just say yes. What can I say? Oh, Rob is saying they planted beer on him. Yeah, in your day you weren't allowed to have. No, sorry, sorry, Dave. You didn't have life that bad. Neither did we actually. Beer on the road. Oh my goodness me. Okay, so look. Um,
Not interested in a cruise.
oh, Nick, you'd be spending time on the cruise ship drinking coffee and with Kenny. Kenny's a good drinker. He drinks lots of coffee. Dave is saying, going to Melbourne, as you know, just had to do our border passes and tracking for Victoria. The Vaseline was cold. I can imagine it was, especially when they stick that tracker in places you don't remember. Um, Up your nose, along with the COVID test. Did you have to do a COVID test? No, you don't. You're double vaxxed anyway, aren't you? Yeah. So that's all the exciting news. Tell you what. Okay, Kenny, did someone say coffee? Yes, I said coffee. And best coffee you can get is, well, it's the one that you get made for you. Dave is saying, oh, I remember we are double vaxxed. Yeah, I know. Some people are getting the third jab as well right now. Rob, what if we all chip in and buy you a conductor's whistle to take on the cruise? Yeah, I'd go with that one, especially with the way the conductor's whistles work these days. Dave is going, wet weekend in Melbourne, I see, chased by polar bears, no doubt. Well, we're hoping it's not going to be wet. It was wet last weekend, so you know what? Enough wet. Enough with the wet already. All right, now, really, Nick, I have to do this because you just don't know what you're missing out on. So here we go. Yeah, well, it's going to be a fun trip. We're so looking forward to it. Okay, now let's just get back here a minute. Dave says, go to the buffet. Plenty of fat controllers there. So if you're feeling at a loss, Nick, guess what you'd find on a cruise? A fat controller. Kenny loves coffee and water. Now, Kenny, oh no, wait, that's coffee. I was going to say something else, but I then decided I better not go down that path because you'll say to me, you're in the wrong chat. Dave is saying that he loves beer and water mixed together. Dave, can you stop talking about Foster's? If you're going to have a beer, rather have it with some lemonade and make it shandy. Goodness me. I could have expected better out of you than that, Dave. Dave's also saying that these colourful buildings will stay with you together. You will never forget them. Absolutely. That's what happens when you get on a cruise. Not together, stay forever. Yep. Okay, so Kenny makes a very good point to Dave. Beer and water, yes. Yuck, sorry, pass. And I'd agree with you there. Not with water, mate. Not with water. Yes, Dave, you are right. Foster's, yuck. Rob is saying beer and lemonade. You mean a cocktail? No, it's a shandy. It's what we call a beer shandy, mate. Seriously. But then I keep forgetting, you're not a knocker. You're a pom. And we use the word pom lovingly. Prisoner of Mother England. Anyway. So, 332 days. You can see what Rob would drink on the cruise. Nick, tell us, what's the highlight of your Amtrak travel over the last few days that takes out your 20th and brings in your 30th year? Rob, apparently if you go on a cruise with Kenny, you are allowed to ask him to record you a out of 10 ringtone. On a scale of 1 to 10, Dave is saying, where is your next packing video? Yes, Dave, good question. We will certainly be doing it this weekend. There's a couple of things that we need to get out of it and do it. So we'll get it in there fairly shortly. We've got Ian from the Uber Cruises. G'day, buddy. How are you? How's life up in New South Wales? Up Sydney way. Hope you're doing well. Dave's comment is saying, have to say that Amtrak long distance trip is as dear as a cruise. Well, yeah, it's almost as good as a cruise, let me say. Okay. Okay, a few of you guys are saying g'day to each other, which is awesome. Nice to see. All right. Now, I believe, Ian, you live in a shire, so we're wondering how the shire is doing. Ian? Okay. Oh, man. That is awesome, Ian. A new granddaughter. Welcome to the world of cruising and to life. Congratulations to the cruises, Ian, and your lovely wife, Sandy, is that right? Congratulations. Dave, to be honest, I've realized that I've got muscles I didn't even know I had, or I forgot that I had. But yes, the move is going, and hopefully we should get it completed by Friday. So that'll be awesome. I'm going to hand the keys back, and then we can do what we want to do, which is awesome. So yes, the move is happening. I've just spent the last 3 days moving boxes and putting up shelves and pulling down shelves, and now I've got a tidy desk, empty desks, and get ready to move those empty desks and all that sort of stuff. So it's going to be fun. Going to be heaps of fun. So, by the way, Ian, that was a drink to your lovely new granddaughter. Congratulations. There we go. Okay. Dave's words of wisdom. First of all, before I get there, thank you, Ian. Yes, Sandy is hopefully she's having a bit of a rest this evening. Now, Dave is saying, stop having grandkids. Your fine wife won't want to travel anywhere. Yeah, that's right. That's the problem. You have grandkids, and then we've got to teach these women to have the contraceptive so that they don't have any more grandkids. No. We want grandkids. That just brings in the light to the family, to the household. Rob is asking, did you buy the right boxes, or do I need to encourage the boss to be more strict with you? Well, let me put it to you this way, Rob. She bought the boxes. She actually, borrowed, were given them. Thanks from Ian. Dave is saying he spent 3 days taking stuff from shelves and carrying them as well. We need better service in Dan Murphy. Hey, your Dan Murphy sucks. Mine, well, yeah, mine's just as bad as well. What are you getting out of Dan Murphy's, to be honest? Because ours has run out of Jimbo's, so we'll have to see whether we can get some more there. One thing I like about Dan Murphy's is you can get grog from anywhere around the world, which is absolutely awesome. Ian is saying it's already happening. Every time we mention travel, she mentions the impact travel will have on our babysitting duties. Well, there is a way you could fix that, and that is bring them along with you on the cruise. Sorry, Ian, didn't mean that. Headaches and peanuts. Yep. I'm sorry, Ian. I didn't mean to go hastily with your wallet, but you know what? Getting them on a cruise will certainly make a difference. Dave is going Google's Kids Club. Yeah, that's about right. Kids Club would work. But then wait a minute, you've got to bring the parents with as well. Ian is saying, don't worry, that is also on the cards as well. Awesome, that's great. I like that. Yes, the joys of grandkids. I don't think I'll have any for a while. My 25-year-old has decided that dating scene right now is not for him, and my 33-year-old or 34-year-old can't figure out what she wants in life. So there we go. There's another one in the wind, and she's got 2 kids already, and well, we'll see what happens. Dave is saying Kids Club equals casino and schooner bar. Mate, shh, the kids will want to go there as well. Shh. Goodness me. We got a new couple who have subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, Michael and Bella's Travel Channel. Welcome aboard. Nice to see you here. Thank you very much. We hope you enjoy what you see and what's cooking. Yeah, we're on at odd hours. I know for you guys across the pond. Dave is going 5 kids and 6 grandkids, and according to Sue, 6 kids if you count me. Yeah. No, you've got to train her well. What can I say? You know, kids are awesome. I love them to bits. But the best thing about grandkids is you can always give them back to their parents at the end of the day. I like that idea. I was talking to my cousin who lives in Fort Myers the other day, and I said, so when we come over to see you guys, will the grandkids be there? Will the kids be there? And he goes, don't count on it. They're too busy having their own lives. So, well, you never know. Stranger things could happen. Oh well, we enjoy as much as we can. Um, Michael and Bella, give us a heads up. Where are you guys? Where are you guys from? And um, what's your fun? Are you into cruising, or and what's your last cruise that you've got on? And do you have another one booked? Ian is saying, did I mention that we have booked our airfares to Europe for September next year using points on Etihad? Now we have to book the return at the end of October. Mate, that's awesome. Um, I was going to ask you, have you guys organised your travel insurance? And if so, who has it been with? And then let us know. Najuma has got a very good point. Spoil them and send them home. Najuma, I'd be in that one. Well. If it isn't Rob from Cruising on the High Seas, welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Bit early for you though, isn't it? You're going to be starting work shortly. Um, yeah, Dave is saying, Ian, very clever. Book one way and then have to get a cruise back home. That's even more clever. Getting the cruise back home. What's going on the Down Under cruises? Well, to tell you what's going on, Rob, is that news out of our government here is that we believe that the federal transport minister is saying that cruising should be around by Christmas, which is interesting because the cruise lines are saying the nearest that they will contemplate doing cruising is around about Easter. So there we go. Ian is saying to Dave, Sandra is one of 5 children, lots of cousins. Wow. Kenneth, 11 in the house and only 7 thumbs up. Everyone please hit thumbs up. Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you very much. I need a good mod who's keeping me updated and keeping everybody on the go, and you're doing a great job. So that's awesome. Ian is going, no insurances yet. We would normally buy 12 months, but not sure at the moment. Yeah, the big question about insurance, travel insurance right now, Ian, is whether it includes the pandemic as part of the insurance, and also some insurance companies are saying that you've got to stipulate cruising as well if you're going on a cruise. So there we go. Rob already has a cruise booked, and so we'll wait and see. And he started 11 p.m. Eastern EAT. Eastern, whatever AT stands for. The T would be time. So he started at 11 last night. Cool. I would hate for you to be in a position where we kept you awake when you shouldn't be. Ian is saying to Dave, good idea, never thought of that. Well, that's what Dave is doing, off to Hawaii and back on a cruise ship from there. All right, Dave is saying insurance is reliant on what is in place at any given time. COVID is coverable, but at a cost. We got coverage for getting COVID and confined to cabin as well. That is awesome. We need to know what you got, and we'll talk about it on the weekend. Yeah, you went Eastern Standard Time. Okay, I got it. That was the intention. Well. Outdoor adventures with yeah, it doesn't tell me. I'll find out. Yeah, it just says with ... So there we go. Sorry about that. But your statement, what's up, everyone? Driving but listening. We're pleased that you're driving and listening. I bet you that's wrong. And there we go. Thank you for that, Rob. I should look at the other machine as well. But I'm just looking at you on. We're using Melon here, not what everybody else uses. So we're using Melon, and Melon is only showing a diluted or truncated name. So apologies there. Okay, now what have we got here? We've got Kenny saying, I would like to chat with you privately whenever you get a chance. Certainly, mate. As soon as I come off the chat, happy to have that chat with you. What else have we got here? Okay, Ron, it's my bald brother. Oh, good on you. Which one? I've got 3 now. Or is it 4? Hang on, 5. Wait a minute. A couple. No. There's a few. All right. Okay. I'll move on. I'm getting so confused. Anyway, so I just thought, Kenny, I've got a song for you waiting in the streams. So let me play the song that's your special. You know what it is. Here it comes.
Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul, and floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach? One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible with Helping Hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
Oh, yes, an awesome event that was, and it's an awesome cause. So if anybody feels the need, it would be great for you to just add to the charity, Helping Hands for Cruising. Kenneth Oakes is the one you heard me put up there earlier on. Kenneth Oakes is our first recipient, so he's going to enjoy the cruise of a lifetime, and I can tell you it's going to be amazing. Okay, Ian is saying, what do you guys think of Greg Hunt's announcement, re-cruising starting by Christmas? Gee, do you think we have an election coming up next year? Well, to give you a bit of a heads up, Ian, I think we've got 2 elections coming up, both one state and one federal. And I think it's about time they got to get their act together. Got their acting together. Dave is saying, shows Greg Hunt doesn't know much about cruising, but you're right, an election looming for sure. Will the government now want to pull the trigger? That's the question. And I reckon they'll get a bit of a look. Rob from Cruising on the High Seas is saying, I just looked at flights last night and it was going to cost me about $350 return on Air Canada, American Airlines hasn't posted yet. Well, you know what? It's going to cost you about 350 Canadian dollars. It's going to cost us pretty close to $4,000 to get the two of us there and back. Ian is saying to Dave, as soon as he mentioned this, I said to Sandra, where are the ships coming from? It will take them at least 3 months to get them fired up once they give the green light. And that's what we were saying earlier on, Ian. We kind of reckon how things were going. Rob is saying, okay, nice to see your time. Got to head back to work now. Mate, thanks for popping in. You have a safe shift. Ian, you're predicting no cruises until September 2022 at the earliest. I actually reckon Easter would be more to the point. I think we will have we'll have some cruise ships, and I think there'll be P&O. I reckon P&O will be doing their stuff here around about Easter. I think they'll be able to muster at least one ship. The others, you're right, about September's where I reckon. Kenny has put up the link for FatMat Adventures. Thanks to FatMat for that song. That was an awesome song. It is our theme song for the Helping Hands for Cruising, and we reckon it certainly hits the right spot, and things are going to go well. Dave, you agree? You still reckon it's Easter? It's now economy driven. Yeah, mate. You are right. I'm fully in agreement with that one. And it looks like the love of my life has just walked in the front door. So, hello, gorgeous. Go and get something to eat. It's been a long day for her, and I appreciate everything she's done in terms of helping us to get things moving. I think she'll be a little bit too tired before she actually gets into the chat. So, leave her be. Anyway, Dave is saying that cruising equals jobs, game over. Yeah, that's about right. And I think there's about, they said 18,000 people affected by this cruising halt. So, yeah, and 18,000 people equates to quite a bit of tax income and so forth. So, I reckon I'm inclined to agree with you, Dave. I reckon there'll be at least some cruising happening, even if it's just P&O and a couple of others, but there will be some cruising happening around, I reckon, around Easter, March, somewhere around there. In the meantime, flights are going out left, right, and centre, which is awesome. In fact, Emperor Dan, no, not Emperor Dan, that's God Dan, Emperor, whatever his name is, down in Western Australia, has determined that if the rest of Australia gets fully vaxxed, then he'll decide to open the doors. Funnily enough, Western Australia is one of the lowest states in terms of getting vaccinations, which is rather interesting. And he has the audacity to determine who comes and goes into the state of Western Australia. Well, surprise, surprise. If the rest of Australia grows at a better rate than Western Australia, what can I say? You know what? It's going to be easier for us to fly to Florida than it is for us to get into Perth. Having said that, who'd want to go to Perth anyway? If you're in the air for 4 hours, you might as well stay in for another 15 and go to Florida or anywhere else. Emperor McGowan, thank you, Dave. And he also said if eastern states open up, so will cruising. Again, I want to ask him a question, and that is, Emperor McGowan, what do you know? I reckon you know jack nothing, because I reckon cruising will start way before Western Australia opens its doors. That's my opinion, and I'm going to drink to it. There's a bit of red plonk that my son brought for dinner. He was over here for dinner on Sunday night. And so he brought over this red plonk. It's not bad. So, there we go. A cruise happening. The talk of cruising starting in Australia. And the words are saying Christmas. But in real life, we know at least March before anything really happens. A lot of the other people, like Ian, are suggesting September. Well, we knew that was going to be the case anyway, because that's when the new season starts. But we do believe that some of the smaller cruise lines may, like the P&O Australia, may actually start heading out and setting up a few things within the next by Easter at least. Dave is saying went to Perth a couple of times, paid $24 for 2 beers. Asked the barman where was the bistro meal that went with it. Yeah, that's about right. Dearest Stink. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, what can I say? So, those of you that are on our side of the pond, we certainly are looking forward to that cruising go ahead. Those of you that are on the other side of the pond, you guys have been cruising for a little while. We know that some of you are actually going to be on our cruise with us in October, and so we appreciate you coming on and having good fun with us. Because at the end of the day, you know, the good news is people get together. We enjoy the opportunity to go on this lovely beast that sails us to different places around the world. But the important thing is we actually get to know each other, we get to spend time, and we build friendship, and we build fellowship and trust. And that's what I reckon cruising is all about, is making new friends and being able to call them lifelong friends. And I reckon, you know what, even though we've been locked down for a little while, the fact that we've had this facility to be able to get to know people, I mean, seriously, if I wouldn't be doing it via this method, would I be lucky enough to meet the likes of Dave and Ian on a cruise? Maybe. The question is whether or not they'd want to be spending time with me. Now that we are actually getting to meet each other via this YouTube format, we're certainly getting to know a lot of people and a lot more out there as well. So appreciate the opportunity to get to know you guys, but most importantly, we'll really appreciate the opportunity to either shake you by the hand or give you a hug when we meet in person. Because I reckon meeting in person is the best way to go. So that's why we're looking forward to our group cruise in October 2022, because we will get to meet a whole lot of people there who we've met either via this format or in fact never met at all. So they've been brought in by other members of the group that are running the group cruise. So it will be really exciting to get together with them and meet them and say good day. Dave is saying lockdown for a little while. Ted Bundy did less time than us. Yeah, that's right, he did too. But then Ted Bundy ended up in another way. Rob on the road is saying, imagining not getting to know me. How empty your life would be. Mate, we just call you the Gov, and that fixes everything. Yes, Dave, looking forward to seeing you on Sunday. And perhaps what I will do is in the morning, tomorrow morning, if it's okay with you, I'll give you a call at 5:45 a.m. No, I won't. I'll call you about 7-ish, if that's okay with you. About 7 a.m. And then we can have a bit of a chat about what we're doing on Sunday. So looking forward to that. Okay, so folks, I know it's a little bit early, but as you can see, I'm traveling solo, so I want to spend a bit of time with my gorgeous wife. So I'm going to wish you guys the fantastic rest of the week. Those of you across the pond, enjoy your hump day today. Enjoy the rest of the week, and we shall catch up with you hopefully on Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. Melbourne time, Friday night at 10 p.m. across the pond. Folks, have an awesome day, and we shall catch you next time. Have a great day. Bye now.